So the theme this week is, it's really about relaxing, but I'm going to use the adrenal glands as the theme and the focus, really, because the adrenal glands are really important to our relaxation response. And sometimes it's a kind of a part of the body that perhaps we're not that aware of, whereas in yoga we actually work it and use the adrenal glands a lot. So they're just on top of the kidneys, and they're like I don't know if anyone's a doctor or a nurse here and you'll know all about it, but they're like a little walnut-shaped gland on top of each, walnut-sized, pyramid-shaped gland on top of each kidney. And as you probably know, they're responsible for secreting a lot of hormones in the body. They help to regulate blood pressure, metabolism, they help with sleep, and they secrete cortisol and adrenaline. And sometimes, if we're going through a very stressful period, or if our adrenal glands have got a little bit overstimulated, then they go a little bit haywire. So sometimes if you find that you're tired a lot, particularly in the morning, or you're just tired for no reason, so that might be to do with your adrenal glands just being a little bit too much in fight or flight. And similarly, your blood pressure, if that's a little bit off kilter, or if you find that you put a lot of weight on around your middle, because it also, your adrenal glands also help you to regulate food that you eat. So what we're going to do tonight is give our adrenal glands a nice bit of care. And one of the best ways we can do that is to slow down. So that's what we're going to do. So it's quite hard because we're all kind of doing, but we're going to slow down. And we're just going to start by tapping the head. So if you've never done this before, then it might seem a bit strange. You're just gently using your fingertips. And we're going to work just through some of the meridians in the body, just to connect up. So I'm going forwards and backwards from the forehead down into the nape of the neck, and then back up again, and just working into the scalp a little bit, very gently into the temples, down behind the ears. And just see if you can start to bring your awareness into your head, into the sensations in your body. That's it. And then we'll come down, pause at the neck, and then just take one hand and create a little bit of a fist. So just a gentle fist to bring in your fingers in. And in fact, we're going to start with the left hand and just gently start to tap into the right shoulder, and just take your neck across, just working into the neck a little bit. And then you're coming down the inside of the arm into the palm, and then up the back of the arm on the outside. So that's where one of our energy channels is, going down and then back up. So we'll just do that a couple of times. And then on the top of the lung, so this is the upper lobe of your right lung here. And then we're going to bring the other hand in and do some people won't be old enough to think about Tarzan, but some of us might. And then bring that right hand across into the left lung and just gently tap. We've also got the thymus gland here, which helps to regulate the body's immune system. And then we'll go into that left side. So just take your neck across a little bit, work into the left side, and then we'll go down again. So we'll go into the inside of the arm, down into the palm, and then gently taking your time and just feeling it. See if you can feel these movements. So we're not thinking about this, we're trying to just feel the sensations. And then coming back, and then pause. I'm going to start on the right side of the abdomen and just gently come up and then across and then down and across. So we're just following the direction of your digestive system and very, very gently connecting and tapping in to there. And then we'll come into the hips. So just work out into those hips on both sides. And maybe a little bit into the gluteals and the buttocks. And we're going to start with the right leg. So we're going to just take it down the outside of the right leg and down past the knee, bend your knees, and then to the top of the foot, and then up the inside of your right thigh. And just do that again. So just working as gently or as strong as you want to, and then up on the inside of the right thigh. And pause, and we'll do the same on the other side. So out to the left, and then into the right, and then again, so out, not the right leg, just the right side of the left leg. Here I am getting muddled up with my left and my right already. I haven't done that for the last 10 weeks, you know, it's only because you're here, Catherine. And then we're just going to work into the kidney area. So where your adrenals are, your lumbar spine, and just give that a little bit of a massage. It might seem very strange if you've never done anything like this before, especially if it's your first class. You'd be like, oh my God, have I got an hour of this? No way. But it's good. It's a good thing to do. And then let's just pause. And just stand, feel your feet on your mat, and just see if you can finely tune your awareness, because that's something that we do in our yoga practice, part of that mindful approach. Just tune into quite subtle sensations in the body when you've tapped into those energy centers and all those different systems. Okay, and then we're just going to wake up the spine and give it a lovely stretch. So if you come regularly, you'll know these 3 movements really well. So we're just going to twist. Make sure you lift your heel and just gently stretch. We're going to bring a lot of awareness into breathing tonight. So by raising your arms up to shoulder level, you're opening your lungs. So you can take your alternate hand to your alternate shoulder and just give them a tap. Give your alternate shoulder a little tap, that's it. And feel your spine twist. So this is a nice way of relieving tension out of the body and just getting that spine nice and flexible. It also gives your digestive system a little squeeze and your adrenal glands, which is really good. And you might want to bend your knees and maybe look behind you. Make that twist stronger. And then we'll just come back to center. Okay. And then we're going to do a little side bend. So the hand comes up and then down and then up and down. And we'll do that breathing in. We'll add the breath, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. So we're really opening up the left lung now. Take the breath right in there and just allow the spine to do that lovely lateral side bend that's so good for it. Keeps it healthy and strong. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. We'll do one more on each side. Breathing in and out. In and out, and then finishing on the, well, it's my left, I don't know which side it is for you. I think you're all doing pretty much the same side actually. My camera is a bit weird because it gives me an opposite view of myself, I think. So if I go wrong, that's why, because I'm opposite. It's nothing to do with me, it's just to do with my camera. So keep your feet wider now. Just gently pull in your abdominals, so switch on your core, and we're going to take the hands up. Breathe in, take the hands out and just stretch. So we've got a straight back, straight legs, come all the way down, bend the knees and then come up. And we'll do that a few times. So make sure your core stays on. Give the hamstrings a nice stretch and you can relax the head down as you come forwards if it's comfortable for you. So it's up to you. You can come down really strong all the way to the floor, Or you may just want to make it much more gentle and just work from here. So we'll do 2 more. And as you breathe out, just allow that breath to really let go of any tensions in the body. This is called the fearless flight. And then the next time we come forwards, we're going to stay. We're going to stay forwards and just allow ourselves to have a wonderful forward bend with wide angled feet. Walk those fingers forward a minute and then bring them back. And then toe heel your feet in. So bring your toes in a bit, then your heels in until you just hip distance apart with your feet. And then we'll uncurl that spine nice and slow. Give yourself a beautiful uncurl. Take the hands up, lift out from your pelvis, breathe in, and then float the arms down as you breathe out. And just take a moment again just to stand. So we're going to try and be a little bit reflective and just check in with ourselves through the class. Try and slow down and be aware of the breath. So just notice how you're feeling. Don't give any judgment to it, but just keep noticing how you're feeling, all the different movements that we do. And then grab a drink, have a minute, and then we'll move on. Everybody okay? Yeah? Thumbs up? Yeah? Everybody hearing and seeing okay? Connection okay? Good. I tell my 13-year-old daughter she can't go on the internet when I'm doing my classes. And honestly, you'd swear there'd been some kind of major world disaster in this house on a Monday and a Tuesday night. Can you imagine? No internet for 1 hour. Yeah, she heard me. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do a lovely sequence now, which we've done in the Friday class before. I don't think we've done it in the Monday class. And it's a lovely one to do for the breath. It's very gentle. As I said in my email, it's really about mindful movement. And we're going to slow the breath right down and see if we can just feel the body moving and be very aware of that movement and that breath and coordinating the two. So if you'd like to bring yourself into the mountain posture, so feet are hip distance apart, nice soft knees, just take a moment to be aware of your hip bones and just bend the knees down, and you'll feel that your pelvis will naturally go into neutral and just come up and keep those hip bones where they are. So make sure you don't start to stick the bottom out and tilt the pelvis forward. So just do that again, just come down, draw in your abdominals, pull in through your pelvic floor like you're holding for the loo, only a little bit, and then come up and feel those hip bones stay forward. And then take a couple of breaths and align your spine. So lengthen your spine as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just allow your body to soften and settle down through your knees into your feet. And we'll just do a couple more. Breathing in, like you're lifting from the crown. Breathing in, stand tall. And then breathe out and allow the body to settle down into those feet. We'll just do one more breath. Just feel yourself arriving on your mat. And we're going to start with a breath called the windmill breath. It's not as complicated as the one we did on Friday, so don't panic, anyone who's there on Friday. We're going to take both hands up. It's actually quite hard to get the whole of me in the screen. And we're just going to turn and draw a circle, and then the other way. Okay, that's it. So we breathe out as the hand goes down, sweeps past the knee, and then breathe in and turn to the left. Breathe out as the hand goes down, breathe in and turn to the right. That's it. And as we do this, we just open up the side of the body and just allow that lovely breath. So when we take in all that extra air, that prana, It's just so rejuvenating for the body. It's such a simple thing to do, but we don't always breathe very well. So we're just allowing the breath to start to slow down and just enjoying this mindful movement. And then we're going to pause and take the hands out in front. So the right palm is going to face towards your face and the left palm is facing away. And we're going to be alternating that as we go. So we're going to start with the feet hip distance apart, your core still switched on. We're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we take that right hand behind and keep the left hand where it is. And as much as is comfortable for you, have a look into that right palm. So we've got quite a twist and you'll feel your lungs open. Don't worry if you can't look all the way, doesn't matter. And then breathe in as you come back. Okay, we're just going to extend that movement now. So breathe in as you come behind. And then as you breathe out, we're just going to do a pulse, pushing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and then bend the knees as you breathe out. So the hands are pushing away from the body and then in. And you'll feel that sense of space into the lungs and also the shoulder blades coming in. So it's quite a gentle movement, like you're just moving with the breath. So just allow the breath to guide the movement. So you've got one, I'm not sideways, so it's not that, it's that, if that makes sense. That's it. And then we're going to pause with the hand facing away and then bring that hand back. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So your hands are in the same direction as your feet. We're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, take that left palm behind. Look into the left palm, or if that doesn't work, just look sideways because it's quite a strong twist. So ideally, you've got your hands kind of parallel. And you're really opening the lungs. And then on an in-breath, the hands come back. It's quite strong on the arms. I'm going to come closer because I can see a couple of people not getting this. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're going to take that hand behind. I'm going to do it this way so that, and we're going to pulse. But you're standing forwards. Doesn't matter if you're not anyway. It doesn't matter if you're sideways. We're going to breathe in and breathe out. Nice long out breath. Bend those knees as you go out. So it's almost like the movement is replicating those lungs as they expand and contract. And then on your next in-breath, we're going to bring that hand back. And we're going to do the breath of the heart. So breathing in and breathing out. So keep those elbows nice and high so that we can allow the lungs to really open. You cannot underestimate the benefit of breathing well, even if it's just for an hour or so. And this awareness of your breath, you can then take into your everyday. So breathing in and breathing out. See if you can make the breath equal both ways. And we'll just do a couple more. This is called the breath of the heart. Breathing in that sense of stillness, settling and calming the body, and breathing out tensions, any agitations, just letting them go with your out breath. And then pause. And we're just going to bring those, give your arms a rest if you want to. We're doing a bit of arm toning as we go. I'm trying to kind of pretend that bit's not happening. We're just focusing on the breath, but it is quite good for the arms. So the hands are in front of your heart. And this is another lovely breath for expansion. So we're going to start quite small and see if we can make the breath bigger each time. And take the palms a little bit further apart each time as well. So this is called the ocean waves breath. So just breathing in, allowing yourself to create space in your body, space in your mind. When we breathe well, we get a sense of clarity in the mind. Another thing that the adrenals can do if they're not working properly is make you feel very foggy, very difficult to make decisions when your adrenals are pumping out lots of cortisol and adrenaline. So we're just calming the mind, calming the nervous system, breathing in, breathing out. And then bit by bit, with those hands, we're going to draw them back in. And we're going to contain all that beautiful stillness, all that peaceful, settled energy in between those palms. And just anchor it there, right in front of the heart. And then we're going to do a lovely diagonal breath now. So one hand goes up and one hand goes down. So yet another way of allowing the lungs to expand and contract. And as we do this, we're giving the other side a little squeeze. So those adrenal glands on the top of your kidneys there, as you just come gently over to the side, you're just giving them a gentle squeeze. Breathing in, stretch. Breathing out, breathing in, stretch. Really feel that sense of openness in the side of the body. Allow your intercostal muscles, your rib cage to gently open and expand. And we'll do one more on each side. And then pause, the hands come down. And we're going to do a movement called the archer, which is really good for doing a stronger diaphragmatic breath. So you can step forwards, probably best for you in terms of your position. So step forwards to me with your right foot and take your left foot off from a little bit of an angle. I'm going to go sideways in a minute, just in case you might find it easier to see. Put your right hand out in front. I'm going to go sideways. And then we're going to create an arrow with our left hand. So the first two fingers are up, the thumb's up, and the other fingers are just tucked in. That's it. And then just pull your thumb away from your first finger, so you've kind of got your bow there. And we're just going to go back and bend that left knee. And then on the out breath, you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, release. Breathing in, open those lungs, stretch through the chest, and so it can be a good strong breath right from your belly. And you can release that arrow and just allow your hand to just push through the air. We're going to do two more. Left knee bends as you go back. That looks amazing. And then the right knee bends as you go forward. We'll do a couple more. And just feel that sense of openness that we're creating, that strength across the lungs. And then we're going to pause, bring those hands over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So make sure your feet are nice and comfortable. Create that arrow. We've got a little bit of a lunge going on here. The weight changes from the front to the back. Nice straight line. Pull that arrow and then. So the breath's coming from here. This is called the Kapalabhati breath. That's it. The cleansing breath. Give it a little bit of strength and power. Maybe there's somebody that you just need to, maybe there's a little bit of agitation, somebody that's made you feel a bit mad, and you're not really going to hurt them because we don't do anything that harms anyone in yoga, but just allow that out breath to let go of any of that anger. One more time. That's it. And then the hands come up, and we're just going to do a wide angle forward bend for a minute. Relax through the body. Just allow the head and the neck to be free. Feel that beautiful stretch, that inversion. And then from here, we need to come down into a kneeling position. So grab a cushion if you need one. You're going to be kneeling on your left knee. Now, if anybody doesn't like kneeling, you can do this standing up like we just did it before. So if kneeling doesn't suit you and you've got, your knees are a bit delicate, then you can do it in a lunge, just the same as we did the other thing, and I'll show you how. Okay, otherwise, pop yourself down with your right knee forward and your left knee back. And this is called the thunderbolt. So we're going to have an even more powerful move with the arms using the lungs. Okay, so we've got options here. If you're standing, just pop your hand on your right knee with your right knee bent a little bit. If you're kneeling, you can either have your elbow on your knee, or if you're feeling super flexible, you can pop your hand onto the floor next to the outside edge of your right knee. And the other hand, I'm going to do the middle one. The other hand goes back, so open through your hip, so your left hand's back, and you're looking into that left hand, and then we're going to twist that left hip forward on an out breath, like you're throwing a shot put. So really give it some strength. Breathe in, and that hand comes right overhead, so really engage in the left lung. And we're going to do 2 more. Breathing in. 1 more. And then pause. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So it's probably easier for you just to swap legs rather than change sides. So just make sure your knee and your ankle are nicely aligned. And you've got a good straight line between your knee and your hip. And then not going to do any injuries. Your core can be working quite strongly for you here. So hands either on the floor or on your knee. And then use your hip, take that right hand behind, follow your hand with your gaze, breathe in. And we'll do 3 more. Draw a big circle with the hand open through that right side. Like you're throwing something as far as you can throw it. And if you need to let go of any anger or agitations, then just put it in that ball and throw it away. 1 more time. And then from here, we're just going to come back up into a wide angle forward bend, have 1 more stretch. Walk your hands out if you want to. And then bringing those hands back in, toe, heel, until you get hip distance apart. Refresh your core, soften those knees, hands come up the center of the body, feel that beautiful uncurl of your spine. Take the hands all the way up. And then coming down. Okay, so in yoga, in Drew Yoga, that's called Energy Block Release 3. And it's really good for letting go and releasing anything you need to. So grab yourself a drink. And then we're just going to do a couple of postures that are particularly good for your, for taking you out of your fight or flight. So you've probably heard of the fight or flight. Is when you, and it may be that you know, you don't have to be in the fight or flight now for this to be helpful for you. It's just that our lives are busy, even in lockdown, they're still busy in a different way. So it can be really nice to just shut the systems down, and these postures are really good for that. So we're going to be on the mat, first of all. So if you just get yourself positioned down on your mat, and we're going to start with the child, but not the extended child with the arms out, with the arms here by the side of the body. So if you know that it's difficult for you and it's a little bit of a strain to get your forehead on the floor, then find yourself a blanket and a pillow or a block or anything so that you're able to actually relax in that position. So you may need a couple of things. And then you just bring the forehead down and allow the arms to just rest by the side of your body. So you should feel a stretch across the back. So one of the challenges here is for some people it can be a little bit hard on the knees. So make sure you've got something under your knees. If anybody doesn't like the child, then do the crocodile instead. But have a good support under your head if you need it, so that you're able to really relax your body down. So even if that's quite a big cushion or something, it doesn't matter how far down or not your head is. What we want to try and do is open up into the back. And when you feel comfortable and supported, we're just going to bring the awareness to the breath. So bring your awareness into your belly and use your breath to expand through the abdomen. And we're really working into that kidney and adrenal gland area. So breathing in and then breathing out. See if you can deepen the breath. Feel your abdomen expand against your thighs. We're just going to do 3 more breaths. If you feel uncomfortable at any time, just coming up. And then gently coming up into an upward kneeling position when you're ready. And we're just going to do 3 gentle waves with the body. So we're up into an upward kneeling position. If anybody finds this very difficult, then you can do this seated. So you could just sit on a chair and do this next bit if that's better for your knees. So we're just going to take the hands up and do a very gentle back bend. And then take the hands down and come back down into the child, or if you are in a chair, just come down towards your knees. And then come up. We'll do that 3 times. So we're squeezing into the kidney area and then stretching. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And we'll just do 1 more. And then pause again into the child. Rest your arms down. Take 3 more breaths right into the bottom of your back. See if you can really get a sense through your awareness of expanding into that area between the bottom of your rib cage and the top of your pelvis. Use the breath. And as you breathe out, allow the body to soften and feel heavier. And then after your 3rd breath, coming up. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, which is my absolute favourite relaxation pose, and anyone who comes to my classes regularly will know this. It's just fantastic. It lowers your blood pressure, it slows your heart rate down, it connects straight into your body's nervous system, and it's just my absolute go-to posture if I'm feeling agitated or anxious. And it's the one where you put your legs up on the wall. It's so simple, it's such an easy thing to do. You can do it pretty much anywhere. It maybe looks a little bit strange. Ideally, you want to have a little bit of support under your pelvis. It's also very nice for releasing your lower back. So if you tend to get a bit tight or painful into your lower back, then this is a nice way of releasing it. Sometimes you might get lower back pain and it's actually is your adrenal glands or that area. So, you know, it's surprising. There's a lot of things that are interrelated there. So this is just really supportive, nurturing, and deeply relaxing, particularly if you use your breath. So you need to find yourself a bed, a settee, a wall, ideally a wall if you are comfortable with a wall. When my mum comes to the class on Friday, she won't put her feet up on the wall because she says she doesn't want to dirty it. So she looks at me like, what are you telling me to put my feet up on my wall for? So if you want to put some socks on to protect your wall, our walls aren't that clean in my house, so I don't worry about things like that. So the way to do it, just before you go off and do it, is if you're going to do the full posture, you come near a wall, or it can be a chair or a bed, I guess. Come to the side, lie down, and then when you're there, come as close as you can to the wall, and then bring your legs up. And that can be tricky, but you really only want about 2 or 3 centimeters away from your body to the wall. When you come out, come down like this, and then lift up. So it's important to come sideways and give yourself a moment, because sometimes when you do that, it can make you a bit dizzy, especially if you already have low blood pressure. I can see some of you already doing an amazing job. Make sure nobody opens that door, Lorraine. Maybe it's a cupboard, I don't know. So just make sure that you have a little support under your lower back if you can, that you're quite close up to your wall or your piece of furniture, so maybe a couple of centimeters, or you could almost be touching. You can either have your legs straight, or they can be bent if straight feels uncomfortable. And check that there's absolutely no discomfort or pressure into your back or your shoulder area. That's really important. Okay, I can see lots of feet. So that's good. So when you've taken a little bit of time and you've got yourself comfortable, if you need to change position, or you need to come out, or you need to bend your knees, just do whatever you need to do. If it doesn't work for you, if this doesn't work for you, then just have a little bit of time hugging your knees in and just stretching out on your mat. Okay, but if you're in the legs up the wall posture now and it feels comfortable for you, just start to bring your awareness into your body. And start to focus on your breath. And just like we did before, start to take that breath right down into your belly. So deepen the breath, lengthen the breath, and expand the abdomen. Just giving way to gravity, just allowing your body to relax and soften with each out breath. So when you breathe in, it's like you're blowing up a balloon in your tummy. And then as you breathe out, just allowing your belly to soften and relax. Just gently and gradually allowing that out breath to leave your body.
Maybe see if you can just slow the breath down just a little more. You might like to add a count to your breath. Be breathing in for 4, pause for 1 or 2, and breathing out for 4, and pausing again. If you need to bend your knees at any time and just release off, then just bend them, have a little break, and then go back up. If you've had enough, come out. And just see if you can keep your awareness on your breath. So starting to observe thoughts, noticing thoughts as they come and go, but then keep coming back to your breath. Counting the breath. We'll just do 3 more. And then allowing your breath just to come back to a normal steady breath. And then bending your knees and taking your body very slowly, take your time over to one side and try not to yank your neck up. So just coming over to the side for a moment and then just allowing yourself to adjust, because sometimes you can just feel a little bit dizzy after you've done that. Just give yourself a moment there, take your time. And then getting yourself ready for an extended relaxation. So getting yourself super comfortable. If anyone prefers to sit, you can sit. You can lie on your tummy or on your back. So the most important thing is that you're comfortable, particularly that your spine is comfortable. So it can be nice to put a pillow under your knees. When I do my relaxation, I always have a pillow under my knees, and then maybe quite a thin pillow under your head if you like. You want to keep your spine in a nice straight line. So if you're sitting or you're lying down, trying to keep your spine lengthened and straight is good. And then a nice balance through your hips and your shoulders. I've got my dog in this room, as you know, and he does make funny noises. So if you do hear any funny noises, then they're not me. But I haven't got the heart to let him go out. Okay, so take a moment or two to get yourself settled. So check that your hips are level, that your shoulders feel comfortable. Make sure you feel nice and long into your neck. If you feel any twinging or discomfort in your lower back, pop a cushion or a pillow under your knees. So relaxation is so important. It can really transform your life when you start to learn how to deeply relax and become in control of your own body's nervous system. You learn how you can switch on your own relaxation response and take yourself out of that fight or flight adrenaline mode. So it's really empowering. And relaxation and breathing are 2 of the most key parts of yoga practice to help with that. So if you just begin by becoming aware of your body, So bring your awareness into your physical body as it's lying on your mat. Scanning down your body, noticing the points where you're in contact with the mat. The back of the head, maybe the shoulders, the elbows, into the base of your spine, the backs of your legs and your heels. Noticing any sensations of coolness, warmth, feeling the weight of your blanket or the sensation of your clothes on your skin. And just getting a strong sense of your body lying here in this present moment. And then start to bring your awareness in now to your breathing. So without changing your breath, just start to notice your body breathing. Feeling that gentle, rhythmic, reassuring breath, breathing in and breathing out. And see if you can tune into some of the sensations, the subtle sensations when your body's breathing. Maybe the cooler air as it comes in through your nostrils, and the warmer air as it leaves your body. Maybe a gentle sensation of the air at the back of your throat. Shoulders rising and falling. Feeling your lungs expand to receive the breath and then contract to let the breath go. Maybe noticing that echo of the breath down into the belly and the pelvis. Feeling the sides of the body maybe just opening and contracting slightly as you breathe in, the rib cage rising, and the subtler sensations in the back of the body with the breath into the spine and the shoulder blades. And just allowing your breath to calm you and soothe you. Imagining the breath as a kind, gentle breath. And then gently bringing that awareness back into your body, down to the feet. And just pointing and flexing through the feet. And see if you can slow that movement down. So whatever you started off doing, go at least 50% slower. So slowing it down, pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing, and then circling gently into the ankle joint. Feel every sensation, like your awareness is finely tuned. And then pause and point the toes away for a moment and just take a bit of tension up into those legs. And then the next time you breathe out with that soft, gentle breath, just allow the feet to relax. You might feel your toes just go out to the sides a little. Feel your legs relax. And bring your awareness into your knees. Gently squeeze the kneecaps. Engage into the thighs. And then as you breathe out, exhale and release all pressure, all tension. And allow your legs to become heavy, as you continue with your journey of awareness up into the lower back. And gently tilt the pelvis, push the small of your back into the floor, engage your abdominals, and then breathe out and let go. We'll just do that a couple more times. Breathing in, tilt, push the small of your back into the floor, and then breathe out and release. Become aware of your belly. Gently draw your tummy button down towards your spine. Contract and engage through the muscles of the abdomen. Squeeze your digestive system. And then with that soft, gentle out breath, allow the belly to relax, releasing any tension there. Feeling a warm wave of relaxation working up through your body, soothing and calming. As you become aware of your shoulders, gently draw your shoulder blades in towards each other, creating a gentle arch in the upper back. Just a tiny movement. And then breathe out and allow the shoulders to settle back on the floor. As you become aware of your arms, push your elbows down into the floor. Just creating a little bit of pressure down through the arms. Push and release. Bring your focus up to your neck. Tiny movement one side and the other. Just release out that neck, being gentle and kind with yourself. And then come back to center and push the back of your head into the mat. Send a ripple down the spine. Feel your neck muscles engage. And then breathe out and allow the neck to feel easy and free. As you become aware of your mouth, open your mouth wide. Create that silent smile and the silent shapes. E, ah, oo. Give your nose a little wiggle. Your eyes a gentle squeeze. Take the eyebrows up into the forehead. And then with your out breath, allow the muscles around the face to soften. Relax between your eyebrows. Soften the eyes. Release any tightness or tension from the mouth. Feel your jaw and your throat soften. And just affirm to yourself, I am calm, I am still. I am calm, I am still. And then guiding your awareness up to the crown of your head. And seeing if you can visualize in your mind's eye a warm golden light, like the light of the sun. And just imagine that you can feel rays of that light warming your skin. And you can smell the earth as it's warmed by those warm golden rays of light beneath your feet. And you just breathe the rays of that light deep into every cell of your body. Each time you breathe in, filling your body with more and more light, giving yourself a deep sense of well-being and health, vitality and energy. Breathing it into your face and your neck, down through your arms and your fingers, filling your heart with light, a shower of light down your spine. breathing in that radiant light, drawing it into your belly as it massages and gently soothes your hips and your pelvis. Rays of golden warm light down through your legs into your ankles, to the soles of your feet and the tips of your toes. Take a deep breath in, breathe that sense of stillness and relaxation deep into your heart and anchor it there to take forward with you. And then as you sigh the breath out, just become aware again of your body as it's lying on the mat. Feeling the warmth or the coolness, the heaviness, those points of pressure. And just beginning to move and wriggle, but taking your time. I'm just going to read you a poem called Walk Slowly, as you just gently start to move the body and bring yourself into a sitting position. Walk slowly. It only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still. And just like that, something in me settles and softens, makes space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper, and I remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we will all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, I can catch myself again, charging forward without even knowing where I'm going sometimes. That many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe, and to be. And that's by Dana Folds. So thank you very much for joining me. It's lovely to see you as always. I hope you've enjoyed it and that you can get a sense of that lovely stillness. And I'll see you again soon. I hope you have a good sleep and a good week. Namaste. Just press stop.